Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Live here, and this is a bit of an impromptu video. I had plans to do something else with my afternoon, and then Microsoft came and bought out Activision Blizzard for $70 billion. Sorry, $68.7 billion. Just to put that into perspective, that's more than I think the entire audience watching this video will ever earn in their life combined. And in order to discuss not just the amount of money, but the entire situation and its ramifications on the entire gaming industry, we've got John.
Boy, that's a lot of dough.
And we've also got Kate.
Hi, that's me. I am actually in possession of 70 billion, so
nice. Oh, wow.
Just lump me in with the audience.
Is it Zimbabwean dollars or?
No, I think it's cuddly toys. I didn't specify what currency, sorry.
Right, so, yeah, this is, this sort of came out of nowhere. We're gonna, sort of nip a few things in the bud. One, we're well aware that this is not actively directly affecting Nintendo. I mean, it does indirectly, which we'll get into, but, we still feel that this is monumental enough. We'd be remiss not to talk about it. And also, we are aware of the controversy surrounding Activision Blizzard as of last year, which we will be covering as well. But, yeah. John, initial thoughts?
This was necessary, I feel. It's such a tough thing to come down on, because monopolizing the industry is bad. But Activision Blizzard, they are toxic from the roots. Everything has to be restructured. The company needs to be rebuilt with new leadership. And it's not one person. You take one person away, there's an entire board who've been backing them for years and years and years. So to buy them feels like the only necessary way to change that. So I'm conflicted on the monopolizing aspect, but the aspect in which the company gets to be healthy and the employees get to be healthy, I'm way more about that.
It's an interesting situation because Microsoft also, not that long ago, announced that they were buying out ZeniMax Media, which includes Bethesda. And that is also a big deal. Not quite as big a deal as this, because that was $8 billion, and this is $68 billion. But even so,
And the franchises too, like Call of Duty on its own is massive, but then you've got Candy Crush, which, that's not a core franchise for Xbox gamers, but it's huge. It makes so much money.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's wild. Like, to put this into perspective for people who aren't, super in on the games industry, it's like if Disney bought Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would do that, but
That's a really good analogy, actually.
Obviously Disney and Coca-Cola are friends because there's Coke-sponsored stuff in Disney parks, but if they bought them, it would be what does that mean? It's so weird.
And it fills in a lot of gaps for Xbox's IP library too, because they now own Crash and Spyro. I mean, they didn't really have a family-friendly platformer apart from Banjo, and Banjo's been in limbo for a long time. And they now own Crash and Spyro.
I was going to bring that up because I'm stupidly still adjusting to Rare not being Nintendo. And it hasn't been for a very long time.
It's
so
been
now
about
this has
22 years, I think.
I know, but I'm Banjo-Kazooie is a Nintendo game. It's not anymore. Hasn't been for a long time.
Rare has no interest in doing a Banjo, it seems, but Toys for Bob are now a Microsoft studio. And they make Crash 4. They could do a Banjo now. There's nothing stopping them.
Yeah. Is Toys for Bob one of the ones that got kind of assimilated into the Activision slime and just dispersed?
Kinda, yeah. They're put in Call of Duty. Vicarious Visions were put into Blizzard. So they did the Crash, the trilogy remaster. But Toys for Bob are still they're still their own company. So they can be put onto anything and now that Xbox owns them.
Yeah.
I think it's important to note as well that although this immediately makes... I think the initial reaction to this entire situation is, oh my god, that means no more Activision Blizzard games on Nintendo platforms. And that is a distinct possibility, but at the same time, we have already had quite a few Microsoft games, Xbox games, released on the Switch. I mean, bloomin' heck, this month at some point, we've got the original Banjo-Kazooie coming to NSO. And I know that's not like a new game, but we've had Ori, Ori and the Blind Forest, and Will of the Wisps have both come over. I was about to say Overwatch, but that's an Activision Blizzard game.
Minecraft's not stopped. Minecraft Living Dungeons, which was done way after the acquisition, that came to Switch.
Yeah.
I was actually wondering, do you think Minecraft's going to get a bunch of Acti-Blizz stuff like Crash Bandicoot in Minecraft?
Oh, probably, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's easy money, just, hey, here's some skins. Look, now you can be Crash Bandicoot. Wumpa Wumpa. Yep. That's his catchphrase.
There's already, Sonic Minecraft stuff. So I imagine they're just going to reskin the Sonic stuff and be like, now it's Crash. It's Orange Sonic, everyone's favorite.
There he is.
I think because there's obviously going to be huge ramifications. I've got my headphones on, and all I'm getting right now are notification sounds. There are going to be massive ramifications when it comes to the IPs that belong to Activision Blizzard when coming to other platforms like the Switch, but also the PS4. Now, this is always up for debate. But I do believe that Microsoft view the PlayStation and Sony as a whole as a direct competitor. And yet I don't think, given the relationship they've had with Nintendo, I'm not entirely certain they view Nintendo in the same light. Hence why we've had the Microsoft games come over to the Switch. I mean, there have also been some semi-Microsoft IPs like Cuphead and stuff like that. They've come over, but they also went to the PS4, and, fine. But it really is, it makes me sort of question the entire future of exclusivity when it comes to Microsoft IPs. I mean, Nintendo stuff, it's going to remain Nintendo. That's not going to change. But this is history being made.
Yeah. And we've seen this with Bethesda already. Bethesda had some PlayStation timed exclusives lined up before the buyout. It's like Deathloop was made timed exclusive to PS5, even though Xbox owns them. But Starfield, that's going to be exclusive to Xbox and PC. And some PlayStation fans thought they wouldn't do that. I don't know, maybe just out of the kindness or something, but of course they did. Of course Starfield is going to be exclusive. And basically every Bethesda game is probably going to be exclusive to Xbox and PC from here on out. And Activision? Probably the same thing. Maybe Switch will be an exception for some games. I can see Crash and Spyro coming to Switch. But Call of Duty? That's an Xbox franchise now.
Do you think that Microsoft and Xbox are just trying to starve the PlayStation of oxygen? Just buy up everything in the room. And then Sony's like, what do we have? Oh God, we've got God of War. Ah!
I mean, that's how it feels to me. Sony with the PS4 and the tail end of the PS3 with things like The Last of Us. They had loads of exclusives and they were really pushing those, and everyone loved them. The PS4 absolutely dominated the Xbox One overall in the previous generation. But now we're looking at an entirely different set of rules. It's as if Xbox sort of felt that, oh, well, we can't, sort of win that way. We'll just take everything that you rely on for sort of the base level stuff that everyone wants to buy, and then the exclusives on top means that everyone's going to go for a PS4 over an Xbox One, and basically just, take those baseline games away. So now the list of Xbox exclusives is going to be eye-watering.
Yeah. Think about Game Pass too. Call of Duty dominates the charts every year. That's going to be day one on Game Pass now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm thinking about it. I have Game Pass. It doesn't really change anything because I'm not really into any of Activision Blizzard's games that I can think of off the top of my head. I guess I'd play a new Diablo, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not massive on the franchises they have, but I mean, Crash and Spyro. Those are always good times. They're good romps.
Yeah.
I'm pretty into a few of their IPs, but as soon as all of the controversies came out, I just stopped. I didn't buy Diablo 2, I didn't buy the Tony Hawk on Switch, I just stopped. But now they're under the leadership of Phil, I feel a lot better.
You feel a lot better?
I feel a lot better, yeah. But there are still questions, what is going to happen to Activision's main board? Because we know Bobby Kotick is still on the board at the moment. The deal hasn't closed yet, so there's a possibility when it does close, Phil will just say, get out of it, Bobby. But we don't know that. There's still unknowns in that respect.
Yeah. I mean, they've sort of... I guess, hinted at like wanting to change the company culture in the big post they did, where they were like, we value not being arseholes to people, and you know that's promising, but it is sort of like vague, like platitudes at this point. So you know, I imagine it's very hard with how quickly this deal seemed to happen. Like they gave insiders like 10 minutes lead time on the story, which made it seem like it happened this morning. I imagine that it's very difficult legally to just oust a guy who the entire board supports. Like they're gonna have to dig him up by the roots somehow.
Yeah, and there was a while ago, Phil was asked what his position is on Activision Blizzard when all this like came to surface, and he says he's reevaluating their relationship, and his plan to reevaluate was just to buy them.
Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah, he was right.
I am genuinely worried that I'm going to do something to annoy Phil Spencer and he's going to buy me out.
Would you
that
complain?
Wouldn't be so bad, though, would it? You'd be loaded for life, Alex.
True,
well,
true.
I mean, how much are we valuing Alex at, really?
Well, he'd be on Game Pass too, so yeah, pretty good access to him.
Yeah.
That's about, I mean, we could probably talk for and speculate for, you know, goodness knows how long on this, but we've got other things to do today. Are there any closing thoughts anyone has?
My favorite thing is that, well, firstly, wait what started trending. Just all caps, wait what on Twitter. But secondly, one of my friends was like, can you imagine releasing a game today? Can you imagine doing that? Drinkbox, the people who made Guacamelee, did actually release a game today, and it's called Nobody Saves the World. Not coming to Switch, but I do feel a little bad for them.
Yeah, that's unfortunate timing, shall we say.
Yeah. How would you know?
You'd have to be Phil Spencer.
I guess my closing thought is, like, this is clearly not good for the industry. It's clearly not good to have Xbox owning all of these brands. But I think this just does more good than it does bad, though, for Activision. There's so many employees who for years have worked in this toxic environment, and this is the time to change that. And not only that, but give their IPs new life, because they're putting everyone into Call of Duty, which was damaging not just the employees' motivation, but their output. It's just Call of Duty. So this is a chance to make Activision so much better. And even if it is exclusive to Xbox, I think that's better for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it may well be that Call of Duty was the reasoning, like the primary reasoning behind the buyout. We'll probably never know, but you know, the fact that Call of Duty is going to be most likely an Xbox exclusive is absolutely colossal.
I have heard them mentioning the metaverse as well, so I can only imagine.
Christ's sake.
Yeah, they're gonna try and do a Fortnite-like thing. I don't know if that'll be Call of Duty or Overwatch or something new, but we're gonna see like a Fortnite-like with, I don't know, Xbox's entire stable of characters.
And NFTs.
Yay.
The future is bleak.
This is fun.
Right, well, I think that about wraps it up. Please do let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. But for the time being, just thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you buy the entire of Nintendo Life for $68 billion, and be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.
Xbox owns Sekiro now, so they can have their own From Software franchise that they design.
Yeah.